It's less than 2 weeks to the deadline set for Nigerians to exchange their old 200, 500 and 1000 naira banknotes for the newly redesigned ones. The Central Bank of Nigeria had on October 26 last year announced that new naira notes would be introduced to replace the current ones. Also, the Apex Bank on December the 6th issued a revised cash withdrawal limit to all financial and non-financial institutions in the country. Some analysts have expressed concern over how rural dwellers might fare under these new CBN policies. In this episode, we bring to you a special report from Shukuru, a rural community in Oyo State, plus the CBN naira redesign sensitization campaigns in Lagos and Gombe State. All after this message. Stay tuned.
The Central Bank of Nigeria has announced the introduction of a new series of 200 naira, 500 naira and 1000 naira banknotes to be launched on December 15, 2022. These new banknotes will circulate side by side with the current 200 naira, 500 naira and 1000 naira banknotes, which will cease to be legal tender on January 31, 2023. Banks are now open from Monday to Saturday to accept customers' deposits. So, hurry to your banks to deposit only 200 naira, 500 naira and 1000 naira banknotes in your possession. To make it seamless, the CBN has suspended bank charges on all deposits made during this period, and there is no limit on how much an individual can deposit. Remember, the current 200 naira, 500 naira and 1000 naira banknotes remain legal tender until January 31, 2023. Do not reject it, but ensure the banknotes get to your bank before the deadline of January 31, 2023. The naira is our national pride. Let's embrace the new currency. This message is from the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN.
Welcome back. The Central Bank of Nigeria's naira redesign and cash withdrawal limit policies were met with mixed reactions after being introduced. While some analysts praised the policies for the inherent benefits in curbing criminal activities in the country, others believe that Nigerians in rural areas will get the short end of the stick due to infrastructure deficit, among other things. In this special report, we visited a rural community in Oyo State to get the views of the villagers themselves. Naira redesign and cash withdrawal limits are recent monetary policies of the Central Bank of Nigeria introduced in the last quarter of 2022. Many analysts believe that the policies may have negative impact on Nigerians in the rural communities, citing lack of access to banking services and higher number of unbanked population as factors which are delimiting for rural dwellers. On Monday, January the 9th, the takeoff date for the recent cash withdrawal limit policy set by the CBN, we set out on a journey to a remote village in Oyo State. Shukuru village is about 35 kilometers away from Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. The community has a low population density estimated at less than 2,000 inhabitants. Shukuru lacks social amenities and basic infrastructure like many other communities around here under Lagelu local government. There are electricity poles, but inhabitants say they rely on mini solar systems and PMS power generating sets as they have not had power supply in several years. Nevertheless, the inhabitants go about their daily lives. In this quiet rural community, it is difficult to predict the level of awareness of CBN naira redesign, the deadline for withdrawal of old notes, and with no bank in sight, how do the villagers carry out banking transactions? What we know about the redesigned naira note is that we should make efforts to change the old naira for the new ones, as the deadline is set at 15th January. We use the old notes to make purchases until there is enough of the new notes in circulation. Major bank branches are located at Iyano Church and Monoton. We make use of ATM at POS terminals. It is a good policy, but if the limits can be further reviewed for the benefit of bigger businesses, it will be good for the convenience of all.
Actually, I don't know the deadline for the old naira note, but to me, what I'm expecting our government to do, even if they want to eradicate the old naira note and for us to be spending the new naira note, to take for instance, for the ATM, by now we're supposed to be receiving new naira note from the ATM. Gradually, the old naira notes will be removed, and the new notes will be circulated all over the country.
We really do not know much about the redesigned naira note because it is not in circulation here yet. But we've heard over the radio and from the city people who explained to us that new currencies have been issued. We saw samples of those new banknotes, but we are not spending it yet and cannot identify them properly. Initially, we heard over the radio that deadline has been moved further, but we later heard on the news last Friday or Saturday that the deadline is this month end. We presently do not have challenges, but it cannot be ruled out. For instance, hardly will you find up to 5 people in possession of the new currency. That could be a challenge when there isn't enough new notes to carry out transactions. We embrace online mobile banking. When payments are made, we go to the POS terminals or bank branches to make withdrawals. Enough new notes to carry out transactions. We first learned of a January 15 deadline for the new notes, but now some are saying it could be until March or even June. They are not being sincere and would rather have the whole note. If a POS operator can be trusted, people can make deposits there. They can function like banks and can even help in increasing the circulation of the new naira notes.
The old and the new coexist in Shukuru, as can be seen at this palm oil processing site called Eku in Yoruba. The villagers are as informed as any average Nigerian about government policies. The middle-aged woman we met here agreed to speak to us but declined to show her face on camera. We were told earlier that the old notes will expire in January and should be exchanged before the deadline. I told those bearing different tales that the government will be considerate and exchange the old naira for new ones as we make deposits in the bank. A sudden withdrawal will affect the populace. I have not handled the new naira note yet, maybe because it is still in short supply. When it becomes surplus, everyone will have it.
ó bá ń wọ báńkì tó bá ń kó lẹ̀ kò ní fi ní wàhálà ẹ̀ẹ̀kan náà yóò fẹ́ pààyàn la.
I don't have money in the bank because you only save excess income. I don't have that yet. I'm trusting God. We collect cash from operators who have POS terminals at their shops. There are 2 points of sale terminals in Shukuru village, where basic banking-related services such as cash deposits and withdrawals are carried out. Tunde operates one and also charges the villagers' phones and other chargeable items at a fee with his PMS part generating set.
The naira redesign policy is a good one because it will curb terrorism and those holding the naira will bring it out. They should release the new note so those who are hiding money will bring it out. I heard of a January 17th deadline. But even when we go to the bank and withdraw cash from the ATM, it is still the old currency, and I don't understand why that is. As a POS operator, I enable cash withdrawals and deposits. I also sell data and offer device charging services. That is what I do. People bring cash and I help them make deposits into their account. The review of cash withdrawal limits is commendable but should be further increased. It doesn't affect our business because we operate business accounts. Some individuals withdraw up to 300,000 naira cash daily here.
On the wall are clearly written account details of the banks used for transactions. The POS terminal save cost and time for the villagers who do not have to travel several kilometers to where the nearest bank branch is located. Nigerians are reputed to be driven, resilient, and with great ability to adapt to life situations. The inhabitants of Shukuru village are no different. Information technology have changed our way of life, but it is interesting to know that rural dwellers are not left behind, keeping abreast of policies and developments that matter. Thanks for staying tuned. You're watching From the CBN, a weekly program that brings to you reports and expert analysis of the actions, policies, events, and economic initiatives of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. The year is still young, but time is ticking as the January 31st deadline for the complete switchover from the old 200, 500, and 1,000 naira banknotes into the redesigned ones draw closer. We bring you highlights of the CBN sensitization campaigns in Lagos and Gombe states. Come along. As the deadline for the withdrawal of old 200, 500, and 1,000 naira banknotes from circulation draws closer, the Central Bank of Nigeria has intensified its sensitization campaign across the country. Market men and women are considered critical stakeholders in the process, and on Tuesday, January the 10th, CBN officials, representatives from deposit money banks, payment platforms, and super agents visited the popular Balug market to interact with market leaders and urge them to embrace and use the new currency notes. CBN Lagos branch controller, Mr. Godfrey Koyo, gave the assurance that the new naira notes are available and are being distributed through the banking channel. He added that Nigerians will begin to have the redesigned currencies as they make transactions and use the automated teller machines ATMs dispense channel.
The essence of giving the directive that the new naira notes should be dispensed to the ATM so that it will be available to people during working hours and off working hours. So whether it is banking hours or outside the banking hours, if you go to your ATM, you will get the new naira note. It's a directive that the Apex Bank have given to all deposit money banks. Make the money available in the machines so that people can have access to it. And we are supplying them with the new notes, and they are making it available through the machines. So everyone should have the assurance that the new naira note is available. We are printing, we are supplying it, and we are distributing it. The process is ongoing, and believe you me, sooner or later everybody will have it.
Mr. Koyo reiterated that the 31st January deadline for Nigerians to exchange the old 200, 500 and 1,000 naira banknotes for the redesigned ones remains unchanged, and spoke to the preparedness of the Apex Bank regarding the new withdrawal limit for a cashless economy.
Right now, the deadline is 31st of January and it's not changing. We haven't changed the deadline as I speak with you. The deadline remains sacrosanct, and what we are asking the public and the banks to do, to surrender the old notes and take new ones. We have new notes, enough in supply. We have enough. Give us the old notes. The old notes you have in your possession, give it out. Deposit it in your bank. Let your bank bring it to us and collect new notes. We have enough of the new notes available for every Nigerian.
The Yaoja of one of the market clusters in Balogun commended the CBN sensitization campaign, sharing our view on the criticisms around the newly redesigned naira notes.
I think part of the things they're supposed to do is what they are doing now. Let them relate with the grassroots. Let them relate with the grassroots. Because the grassroots, the percentage of the grassroots is more than those people on top. If they can start doing a lot of things like this, it will really improve. Number one, it will improve the economy. Number two, it will create awareness. And it will solve a lot of problems. I have seen it. In fact, all the notes. To me, I think it is perfect. You know, in Nigeria, when something is introduced new, there's going to be complaint. Even when the other old notes, when it was first in circulation, it was the same thing. But as time goes on, if the old note is out of circulation, they will appreciate what they have.
The event offered an opportunity to address some banking issues encountered by customers.
Don't share your PIN with anybody. Don't expose your banking instruments anyhow. Safety is important. Your ATM card, keep it safe. Checkbook, keep it safe. And if you have an issue with your bank, you've gone there, complained, nothing has been done, please come to Consumer Protection Department. CBN has a branch in every state. You have a right to walk in there, ask of the Information and Client Office. Complain there, it will be addressed. Email, okay, you are in your shop, business and everything, going out is a stress. Send us an email, we will address it. You don't have to know anybody. We will address it. Billions of naira have been refunded to a lot of customers, billions, like in billions.
The CBN sensitization exercise was simultaneously held at the Gombe International Main Market, where the bank officials explained the reasons behind the currency redesign and educated the traders on the need to embrace the cash withdrawal limit policy of the Apex Bank.
Globally, currencies are redesigned like 5 to 8 years. You redesign your currency within 5 to 8 years. For Nigeria, it's long overdue. Some of our currencies have stayed for 20, 14 years or so. So this is the right time to redesign our currency. So there are a lot of benefits for redesigning our currency. Number one is it will improve our monetary policy transmission mechanism.
CBN Gombe branch controller Mr. Shehu Alhaji Gorengo said the occasion also provided an avenue to educate the public on how to differentiate between genuine naira banknotes and the counterfeit.
There are insinuations here and there about the genuinity of the currency. We have told them, we have enlightened them about it. We have even shown some of the pieces that were released of 1,000 naira, 500 and 200. So we just wanted to create awareness and sensitization.
Secretary General of Traders Association in Gombe State, Mr. Adamu Manga, said the CBN policies are made to enhance business processes and reduce criminal activities. As such, the policies are welcome.
We are in a modern society. There's no reason for you to say you don't have bank account. In as much as you have this pawn for your own communication and what have you, there's no basis for you to say I don't have a bank account. It is a modernity, and you don't have to reject modernity because it is part of you.
The Central Bank of Nigeria has encouraged bank customers to use alternative channels such as internet banking, mobile banking apps, USSD, cards and POS, e-naira and other options to conduct their banking transactions as the cashless policy takes effect. The sensitization train moved to Wuse Market in Abuja on Thursday. CBN officials from the headquarters on Wednesday, 18th January, visited the popular computer village in Ikeja, Lagos, to bring more awareness to the people on the naira redesign and cash withdrawal limits.
We believe that this exercise will help in increasing financial inclusion, moving towards a more cashless economy, and ensuring greater formalization of the Nigerian economy. The currency design also will assist in the fight against corruption, as the exercise, I want you to listen to this very well, will rein in the higher denomination used for corruption, and the movement of such funds from the banking system will be easily tracked. Let me tell us that these naira notes, as you see them here, is actually being tracked from the mint where it is manufactured, what we call that, and is taken to central bank and issued to the commercial banks.
The team also visited the Ikeja Royal Palace, where there was demonstration to debunk false claims about the redesigned naira notes. And on Thursday, the CBN Naira Design Sensitization team carried out a compliance monitoring visit to deposit money banks in Lagos to check whether their automated teller machines are dispensing the redesigned banknotes.
The Central Bank of Nigeria has announced the introduction of a new series of 200 naira, 500 naira and 1000 naira banknotes to be launched on December 15, 2022. These new banknotes will circulate side by side with the current 200 naira, 500 naira and 1000 naira banknotes, which will cease to be legal tender on January 31, 2023. Banks are now open from Monday to Saturday to accept customers' deposits. So, hurry to your banks to deposit only 200 naira, 500 naira and 1000 naira banknotes in your possession. To make it seamless, the CBN has suspended bank charges on all deposits made during this period, and there is no limit on how much an individual can deposit. Remember, the current 200 naira, 500 naira and 1000 naira banknotes remain legal tender until January 31, 2023. Do not reject it, but ensure the banknotes get to your bank before the deadline of January 31, 2023. The naira is our national pride. Let's embrace the new currency. This message is from the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN.
That's all from the CBN this week. Be sure to report unresolved banking issues to the CBN Consumer Protection Department using the email cpd@cbn.gov.ng. Attach relevant documents. Call the CBN Contact Center on the phone line +234 700 2255226. Local queries may apply. Write to us through the email address from the cbn@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter for updates and to watch uploaded episodes of the program. We invite you to join us again next time. I'm William Dada. Stay safe. Bye for now.